The day I got my sight back and discovered the truth about my family, the day my vision returned, I sat alone in my kitchen and cried for 20 minutes. It wasn't only because I was happy or grateful. It was because I suddenly understood that I had a difficult choice to make. 8 weeks earlier, I had suffered a small stroke that affected my vision. I woke up one morning and the left side of my world had become a blur. I could no longer drive safely, read normally, or recognize things across the room. I was 67 years old and had recently retired after working for 31 years as a civil engineer. My wife, Norma, had passed away 4 years earlier after a battle with cancer. Since then, I had lived alone in the house where we raised our children. My son Patrick lived in Denver with his family. He called me every week and offered to help when he heard about my condition. My daughter Kim lived only 20 minutes away. She drove me to doctor appointments, brought me meals, and helped me organize my house. I was thankful for everything she did. However, I slowly noticed something troubling. During one visit, I saw my son-in-law Spencer making a phone call while looking around my house and gesturing toward the walls and rooms. The expression on his face reminded me of people I had dealt with during my career, people who were calculating something for their own benefit. Later, Kim began talking about my future. She suggested that living alone was becoming difficult and that I should move into a retirement community. She explained that selling my house would give me financial security. At first, I wanted to believe she was only worried about me. But something did not feel right. A few weeks later, my doctor surprised me with incredible news. My vision had almost completely recovered. I could read again, drive again, and see clearly, but I decided not to tell Kim or Spencer immediately. I wanted to understand what they were truly planning. For several weeks, I continued acting as if my vision was still poor. During that time, Spencer kept asking questions about my home, its value, repairs, and how much it could sell for. Kim continued bringing brochures for retirement communities and talking about selling the house. That was when I knew my fears were real. Before confronting them, I contacted my lawyer, Barbara, and my financial advisor, Ted. Together, we protected my assets. I placed my house into a trust, updated my will, secured my important documents, and made sure nobody could take control of my property without my permission. I was not trying to punish Kim. I was protecting myself. Finally, one evening, Kim and Spencer came over with more retirement brochures. They spoke as though my future had already been decided. Then I spoke clearly. How long have you been planning this? Both of them froze. Kim realized immediately that my eyesight had returned. I told them that I had recovered 6 weeks earlier and that I knew what had been happening. I asked Spencer to leave the room so I could talk privately with my daughter. I explained everything I had done, the trust, the legal protections, and my decisions about my future. Kim broke down crying. She admitted that Spencer had been pushing the idea and that she had allowed herself to believe it was the right thing to do. I told her I understood that she was influenced by him, but she still had to accept responsibility for her choices. That night, Spencer left without saying another word. Kim stayed. And for the first time in months, we had an honest conversation. She told me about problems in her marriage and the pressure she had been under. I listened, but I did not excuse what happened. Over time, our relationship slowly improved. It was never exactly the same, but we learned to be honest with each other. I still live in my home. The furnace works, the roof is still strong, and every morning I watch birds gather outside my kitchen window. Losing my sight taught me something important. When one sense disappears, you learn to pay attention in different ways. Getting my vision back did not simply allow me to see the world again. It allowed me to see the people around me more clearly. I learned that love does not always mean trust, and trust should never exist without honesty. I no longer carry anger toward my daughter. I chose peace instead. But I also chose wisdom. My home, my life, and my decisions remain in my own hands, and that is more than enough.